It's the wavy, baby. I know you like the setup. I already know you like it. So, everything went how I thought it was gonna go. Everything went really well. The backpack drive went amazing. Things play out how they should, you know. And you never know. Being kind to people will pay off, even though that's not what you look for in being kind. You know, it ends up, it's a byproduct, you know, things working out. So working out where I work at, I met a lovely lady named Miss Dorothy, and just conversating with her day to day, and I told her about what I was doing, and she fortunately sent somebody out from the newspaper, from the Enterprise Journal, to come and take some pictures. And I didn't even know who he was. I was just doing my thing, and somebody came up. He just came up with a camera, started taking pictures, asked me a couple questions, and left. I really didn't make a big deal about it, but once I finished, I was telling my fiance Shelby, I was like, he might have been from the paper, you know, and just in thought. And so the next thing I had talked about on the video previously was my grandparents' birthday, their 94th, and that went amazing as well, which I'll probably talk about a little bit later. We had that turned out great, and later on that night, I guess everyone went back home, and my grandparents get the Enterprise Journal. And so, and this is from the story from my mom, my grandma gets to the counter and looks on the table, and there's the Enterprise Journal, and there's me on the cover. And she goes to my mom and tells her I'm on there. So my mom does our old thing, and my fiance sees it, goes online, and pulls it up, and she shows me, and I'm asleep. So she's like, "You're on the front page of the paper," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah." So I go back to sleep. But once I woke up, my phone was buzzing. Like, my phone has not buzzed like that in a long time, and it just previously was my birthday, and it wasn't buzzing like that. So I wake up, and I'm seeing all the messages and stuff. So I really do. I'd like to thank Miss Dorothy and Matt Williamson for taking the pictures from the Enterprise Journal. I really do appreciate that. Even though that's not what you look for, I really do appreciate the acknowledgement, because that hopefully will inspire others to do the same. And I'm gonna do them every year. I did cooking one year. I'm doing a backpack drive this year. So next year I'll probably just do a larger backpack drive, and probably add some food with it too. So that went great. The families that came out and got them definitely needed them. I was, in doing things, sometimes you get concerned about, like, will people take advantage and that and the third. But once I saw who came out and got them, it was necessary, it was needed. And even though a lot of kids had already gone to school, some of them went on Monday, but I had done it on that Friday, so it was still necessary, you know. And a lot of kids don't have everything when they first go to school, so I'm glad that the people who donated through me and my fiance's help was able to get that to the people. But on a lighter note, my grandparents' birthday went great. My sister's building is beautiful. I'm eventually going to do a video about that. Hold on, let me do. I gotta do that. That's the ADHD in me. It went really well. The building was beautiful. Everybody in my family pretty much showed up. Those who could attend. So what I really enjoyed was the youth of the next generation. I have hope seeing the young cousins that came, you know, all young, intelligent kids, and wasn't a whole lot of them on their phones. I had to stop kids from throwing bricks outside. And that was refreshing. Even though I didn't want, bricks getting thrown, it was refreshing not to see all of them on their cell phones just sitting around. They were actually out there playing and doing stuff. So that was beautiful. My grandparents were overjoyed. They had a great time. We all had a chance to get up and say something about our different moments in the life with them, and it was nice and tight. It wasn't overdrawn. No one didn't stay too late. Everyone helped and packed up, and it was, that is what I guess people say old values, old tradition is. Getting back to understanding that your family is what you have, and it's what you always can come back to. And it's a beautiful thing, family. Many people don't have some. Many people just have them and their significant other and their kids, So I really do appreciate and I'm thankful for all the family that I have. But this is going to be about, this is a show really going to be about my ideas and what I want to get accomplished in the future. The title of the last one was Words Becoming Reality. And I honestly am a believer of that. I feel that if you put enough action to thought, anything can come up. So something that I've always wanted to do is have a youth group. And the youth group will be boys and girls. I want to do, I guess you can go like 8th grade to 12th grade. I feel like that'll be the most effective and the years where you start to get wayward, and if you don't have a good a solid enough blueprint to travel on, you might lose a lot of potential in the youth that you have. I know I had a lot of wasted youth potential because I just didn't know what I wanted to do. And looking back now, I could have, if I had a stronger blueprint, I could have been able to use all that energy towards something that could have been lasted to, till now. So let me fix this. It's like a big bag kind of situation. Alright, I felt like I was leaning the whole time. So boys and girls, 8th grade through 12th grade, I want to be able to have like a once a week, maybe like on a Saturday. And I know once a week may seem like a lot to get kids to meet up, and it's like on their Saturday, but I also wanted to make it fun enough to where you would willing to give up your Saturday, because most kids aren't doing anything anyways but hanging out with their friends, and if most of the friends are in the program anyways, it'll be a bonding situation outside of school. And that's the best, like the feeling that you would get when you saw your friend outside of school. I want to be able to generate that every weekend around something fun and educational, to where it's educational and it's applicable to life and can get you further in life. Like the fact that most people can't do their own taxes. Most people can't change their own oil. Most people couldn't hang up a picture. You'd be surprised, like if you ask somebody to hang up a picture, they would probably have to YouTube it. I'm serious. And I want the things that are assumed to be common sense, I want to reattach the real life value to it. You know, how to actually keep a home is so necessary once you're on your own. Once you're on your own and have your own place, I am truly blessed to have had my own place for a while now. To keep it going, to keep it clean. Oh man, to change the vents, to clean the vents, to keep all the bathrooms clean, to keep the rooms clean, to vacuum, to wash the dishes, to keep the laundry done, to clean the laundry trap, to take out the trash, make sure it goes out on Thursday, make sure it goes out on Monday, to make sure I got 2 dogs and a cat, make sure they're all fed, make sure they food. It's a lot to keep up. And it begins to be overwhelming, and I feel like that's why people hold off on having children now, because those key things have been pushed aside for advancements in technology, and so now everyone's on their phone. But when it comes to the key things about keeping a life and keeping a home, because everyone says everything starts in the home, but we don't teach home economics anymore. I mean, those key formative years when you're young is when you're able to learn the necessary things you would need to be an adult. You'd be surprised. Everyone says when kids go to college, how many kids don't know how to do their own laundry? But at the same time, what parent teaches their child how to do laundry? We just assume that how to do laundry is something that, that's common sense how to do laundry. But it's not, though. And I feel that if you just parlay all your teachings to the internet and you're just all about your work, and as a parent, you cannot be selfish. And I only have animals, and I understand that to such a terrifying degree. So to have a child and be selfish, So yeah, I honestly feel that a youth group, and I have a facility that we can go to, a nice facility. I'm going to be able to put some, a couple computers in there. I already have a photo printer in there. It won't be easy. I don't want to take up sponsors or anything, because I want this to be solely what I want to do. And I also feel like once you involve other people, people want to make money. And I want to do this just for the good of the people. So I'll fund everything, and I'm not worried about how the money will come. The money will come. But yeah, I feel that they'll be able to come there, and we'll do like more or less like a time for personal stuff. You can get out your feelings. More like a help group. If you're having family issues, personal issues, we can all talk about it and get advice and consolement and stuff. And then we'll have a real life aspect to where maybe you have an idea that can make some money, or an idea to help the community, or idea to put on an event or a show. We can all brainstorm it, and the more people the better. So if you have, let's say, 15 youth all brainstorming on one idea that they collectively say is a good idea, I mean, it could get done in A month, easy. Anything. You'd be surprised at that age how much energy you have to do something that you're truly passionate about. So you just got to be able to harness it. And other than school, there's no one who truly, in church, who truly harnesses the power of the youth and what they want to do to help their own community at the time. And and with it, like, they don't want to be told, okay, we're going to do this. They do all the work, and I tell them how to do it and how it's going to go down. I want them to pick what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, how it goes down, and the environment they're going to be in when they do it. And then I'll just make sure it's safe. That's it. I'll just be there to make sure it's safe. No one gets hurt. That's it. Because at that, between 8th and 12th grade, you are able to make every decision as an adult. When I was in 8th grade, I could have made the same decisions that I'm making now. I really could have. I mean, maybe most kids aren't me, but everyone in my life prepared me for a hard life. And not that I want to put that on children, because I'm more than sure they already have a hard life as it is. I was just fortunate that I didn't have one, so people made sure I knew that it wasn't as good outside of the bubble that I was in. But I also want to make sure that young children are equipped with everything that they need to be successful outside of their home environment, despite their home environment. So yeah, just something to where, and I haven't really, it's not fully thought out, and that's okay, and that's what I have this for. There might be somebody who has the same idea and knows how to go about it, and that's why I'm doing this. This is just for the ideas that I have, I can put out, and I'm not worried about stolen ideas, because now everything is about cooperation and co-partnering. So if you have ideas that help, feel free to comment or hit me up, or I'm trying to, if this happens, regardless of it's outside of me, I'm happy. If I see somebody do this, it's not like I'm going to be, someone stole my idea. I'm glad. You got young youth coming together positively, doing things in the community. Great. Do more. I hope more people do it. So, and there's gonna be, it's not gonna be a textbook. I want it to be more or less, you've been in this situation, or your parent has been in this situation, and here's how to work it. Like, for some reason, I have always been bad with cars. Not that I've, gotten into accidents, but, little small traffic violations. And there was a situation where I was in that my license got suspended without me even, knowing. Traffic violation, not showing up to court, that corona time, things happen, they call, you can push it back. So I just push it off. So when it came down to my job I was working at previously had closed down because of a bad storm. So I was looking for more work, and it was hard because I didn't know that was the situation. People, you never even teaching kids that everything counts. Your driving record, your credit, everything counts. And I didn't take account, even as an adult, that jobs will not hire you if you don't have a clean driving record. So once a job finally told me that was the issue, I completely panicked. Now, mind you, this is 2 years ago. So I call around, and I find out it's $942 to get everything cleared away. And my jaw dropped, because obviously I don't have $942. So, I'm calling around, and I end up finding a job and working at where I'm working at now. So no, this is how this happened. I figured out where I could work at where that wasn't a problem. But in the same time, I also figured out that if you can go down to the courthouse and get a hearing and talk to the judge about your situation, you can get it knocked down. So what was $900 ended up being $200. And I had already started working, so that $200 to pay wasn't anything. So these are all things that I wish I would have known previously, because it wasn't anything that I did, truly bad. It was just neglect. And just being young, you neglect everything. I mean, there's still things in my life that I neglect, and I know I should still take care of. And that's all in growing and knowing how to prioritize what needs to come first. But at the same time, you need to understand that children definitely don't know that. So teaching kids, if you get a ticket, go ahead and pay it. If you can't pay it, go to the court, ask for an extension. The court will work with you if you actually show up. You're not going to get put in jail if you have a ticket and go to court. I honestly thought that. And so when I went to my hearing, I had to go to two, mind you, and it was frightening. The first one I went, I had to go to a giant court, wait, you pulled up in front of a giant courthouse. They talked about it. I told them what happened. I told them the time frame. They said it was cool. They knocked it down to 200, but I had to go to another court and get something else waived. So that situation was a whole ordeal. And I ended up knowing a lot of people in the courthouse, the local one, from where I worked at previously. So just being nice to them, they already knew who I was so I walked in. Mine was 1-2, and I was out of there. So it kind of all worked beautifully. But just letting kids understand the real life information and how to deal with situations. I mean, I'm fortunate that I've never been in any pregnancy scare situations, but I have been afforded a lot of the experience through friends. And man, I know people are not ready or equipped with any knowledge that they need. So it'll be somewhere to where we can all talk and understand that there's a lot of things that people all assume everyone knows, but no one knows. Just over my birthday weekend, someone was talking about how, young people with that rash, brown on the back of their neck, how it's like they thought it was a sign of them not bathing. And I had to explain to them that was a sign of a sign of being a pre-diabetic. And that's very, you can see that all the time in the black community. It'll be some, it wouldn't, and it's not even in the really, and over, like, what people would say, like, oversized kids. It's like right in that middle, about to be chubby phase where they get that ring, and they're like, oh, you need to wash, or you got kids, being subconscious about themselves and just like itching it and scratching it and trying to wash it off and trying to bleach it, and if they change their diet, it'll go away. And if there's no one to tell someone that, then they'll always be in the dark about something that can change in their life. Something I heard yesterday, that a lot of people assume they don't have family passed down like genetic diseases because they got a blood test and no one never told them they had something. When you actually have to get tested for specific diseases to actually know whether or not you have them. If you have regular checkup blood work, unless you have a family doctor who actually, goes the extra mile, they're never going to tell you. So, and no one knows that, no one's going to ever say, can I get a full blood workup for myself to know, any possible hereditary diseases that I may be able to pass down to my kids? Unless you can go in there and ask for stuff like that and then be able to pay for it or have insurance, you're not going to know. So these will be the things that I really want to get kids to understand and be able to know that it's not scary. Every situation is scary until you get into it. And then you realize, oh, it's not that bad. And you also realize that there's hundreds of people, probably thousands of people that have been in your same situation in your area. And if you would have just known the people to go to and ask the right questions, you would have not been as apprehensive to do it, scared of the situation itself, and neglected till it got even worse. So that's going to be there's going to be a lot of young entrepreneurs and young community leadership that will come out of this. But yeah, it's gonna happen soon. I'm gonna try to and even though I am a person who wants to do things immediately, realistically, I want to push this till the summer to give everything that I'm doing now time to breathe and to, get its footing. Today's my fiance's last day at working at her job. She is a pet groomer, and the place that she's working at now has been taking advantage of her financially because the work that she does, she should be getting paid 4 times what she makes. Through her own fortitude, she was able to, do the LLC, do the insurance, get the products, do the business cards. I was just here for motivation and support. So she already has a good bit of clients. So Shelby Grooms is open for business. If you need any of your pets groomed, she has very reasonable prices, and it is a one-on-one, very low stress environment to where your animal can feel like they are cared for and loved, and it's an individual care. There's not going to be a whole bunch of dogs barking and they're going to feel like they're going to the vet and it's a traumatic experience. It's going to be we're going to Aunt Shelby's house, and we're going to get pampered, and we're going to leave looking good. So I'm truly proud of her. I'm going to do a whole little setup for her. I'm probably going to take pictures and, do something, but, we'll see. But I am truly proud of her. Her being her own boss is what I've always wanted for her. I remember when she first started working at where she's working at now, and she was so excited, but she quickly realized that on her own she can do better. And you need some confidence to step out on your own, and time to build your skills. So she is glad that she went through her all her training and all that to really become as talented as she is. So I love her with all my heart, and I'm just truly proud of her. So yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all. So it's been wavy.